seeing their breath. We get a lot of paranormal activity in this room. For whatever reason, it's a hubbub, but there is a sad story to this room. First start with the prettiness of it all. Mrs. Whaley was actually from France, and so therefore we have a lot of French influence in this house, hence the fleur-de-lis on the wallpaper. It's gold foiled, and all the paper in this house is a reproduction of what she actually had. It helps to reflect the light. Like this one lamp is doing a really good job reflecting all that light. It allows the Whaleys to carry on their business or entertainment a lot longer than most. You'll notice throughout the house all the doorknobs are very, very low. The chairs, the railings, everything. Because I'm going to tell you something upstairs, you're probably going to go, what? But it plays a part. That door is shorter than the rest of the doors. That is a servant's door. Like I said, the average height of a man is about 5'4". People say anywhere from 5'3" to 5'5", but I've heard it's around 5'4". And then Mrs. Whaley was around 4'8", which is also about, yeah. People were very, very petite and tiny, and hence, you know, you've got this very short, modified table. Now, the sad story in this room is that they had a great-granddaughter named Marion Reynolds, and she was 2 years old. She was only 10 days shy of turning 3. This was her favorite room in the entire house to play, probably because she wouldn't break as many things. And this corner in particular is where she liked to play. One day she came with her parents, and they got caught up in conversation, and the grandparents forgot they had put out a little bit of an ant wafer poison because they had a little issue. Well, back in the day, they had this thing called Kellogg's ant wafer. It looked like a sugar cookie, but it's made out of arsenic. And to a 2-year-old toddler, that was a cookie that grandparents had left. So she ate the whole thing. Now, no one knew what had happened. She became very, very ill, and her parents decided to go home. Well, they lived in Oceanside, and that's a full day's ride by horse and buggy, but I don't care if she lived 2 blocks away, she wasn't going to make it. So she died en route, and when the autopsy was done, they found it half dissolved, and the grandparents, of course, were incredibly distraught. They actually left the house for a year. When they came back, they found out Marion was still here. She's one of our most active haunts here. Awesome. Yeah, she's pretty consistent. She loves this house. She shows up as a blue orb when we do EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. We'll often get her on recorder. And when people are taking pictures, she shows up as a blue orb. So whenever we see a blue orb, we know that that's Marion. It's not uncommon for her to hold the hands of small children, especially women, because she looks at them as mother figures. She shows up a lot in a lot of our recordings. She has a very high-pitched voice. Of course, voices from the other side are always higher pitched, but you could definitely hear her. And she'll answer my questions and things like that, so she's really sweet. Any questions about this room or anything so far? Take your pictures.
We did an EVP one time at my house, and one of our EVPs would hear, "Mommy, Mommy," with a little grandma voice.
Knowing
our house is little.